It's state tournament time, and I'm here at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, home of the Minnesota Vikings and also home to several Minnesota State High School League state championships. I'm talking today with Tim Leighton, who is the communications director of the Minnesota State High School League, to talk about the thrill of tournament time.
This is where the state's best gather. Geographic representation from all over the state of Minnesota. We all converge here at a state tournament to celebrate not only a great season, but also to see who comes out on top. One of the beauties of the Minnesota State High School League is that we have incredible partnerships with our professional venues. Today we're at US Bank Stadium, which in legislation we have this facility for 8 days. And here we host 3 days of soccer and 5 days of football. That would be 3 semifinals, and then of course 2 days of the Prep Bowl. And then to be able to be at some of the other state-of-the-art facilities like the XL Energy Center, Williams Arena, Target Field. What an experience it is. This may be the only time you ever get to be on this playing surface or to play on an elevated court like Williams Arena. You'll always remember it. And we are very fortunate here in Minnesota because not all state associations have this kind of partnership. You may go to another state association and they're playing in a high school. Their state tournament event is in a high school or maybe a small college. But in Minnesota here, we are extremely grateful to be able to put on these state tournament events in marquee venues.
Tim Leighton has been there, and he knows.
This is my 42nd year as a part of this. The first 31 were as a reporter for the St. Paul Pioneer Press, covering high school activities along with the pros, and then now my 10th year here with the Minnesota State High School League. So in that 41, working on 42 years, every year feels fresh and exciting. It's all about creating memories, and we do see some historic events happening here. We also are able to celebrate, and so what makes high school sports great is years from now, you and I can remember this tournament, this time, and we can start talking.
Leighton explains why pro stadiums are used for some championships.
Being in a facility like this might be commonplace for a lot of folks, but if you're coming from greater Minnesota or even here in the Twin Cities Metro and this is your first time in this facility, you bet. We get quite a few wide eyes and looking up in wonder as they look here. But to see here and then to be able to visualize themselves to play down on that field, and then the capper is after each game that we have in our marquee venues. Here, for example, we have a post-game news conference center, which we hold in the Vikings news conference room. So the participants are wide-eyed as we escort them to the news conference center. We share with them that this is the same news conference center that the Vikings use on a football Sunday. And all of a sudden, their eyes light up and they start chattering that this is going to be like we're on ESPN. And so it's just another one of those things that we provide that help really make this an incredible experience.
Leighton talks about why he loves high school athletics.
When I look back at my career, I've covered everything from the preps to the pros. And there's a real purity at being able to cover and witness things at the high school level. For 98% of these student athletes, this is the peak of their athletic career. Very few of them are going to go on to college competition, and even fewer go on to the professional level. So this is the peak of their athletic career, and what a way for them to go out, to be able to play at a marquee facility like we're in right now.
At US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Justin Barrientos, NSPN.TV.